Ep07 your favorite YouTube Harvey, and today we are talking about the Orville Season 2, Episode 7, Deflectors. Man, this is a good episode. This really reminds me of like a TNG sort of holodeck detective episode. There will be full spoilers in this, by the way. I usually try not to do this, but I assume you guys have watched the show. You watched our live recap. God, it was such a good episode. Again, so this is our Tala episode. So our new security chief kind of used this sort of to shine, to show off her skills. This is one of the things I really love about the Orville. We get character episodes. We get episodes that feature the entire, like the whole episode is revolves around a character. So we get some development. We get to know what their likes are, what their dislikes are, hopes, dreams, all this stuff. And that's what Star Trek is to me. And this is why the Orville is Star Trek now. So this episode starts off with the Orville is going to Moklis to get some ship upgrades. They transport, or they don't transport, they shuttle up, and there's so many good shuttle shots. You get to see the shuttle bay, you get to see the Moclan ship, the Moclan shuttle, you get to see it landing in the shuttle bay. Seth MacFarlane directed this episode, so yeah, he knows what Star Trek fans want. We want to see ships, we want to see the Star Trek stuff, The Moclan engineer shuttles up, turns out is Mortis's ex-boyfriend, and there's like some reasons why they broke up, which you know we'll get into in a little bit here, and there's kind of this little sort of interesting interaction between him and the new security officer. Like I said, it's kind of her episode. It's her episode to shine. Turns out they kind of like each other, and I know what you're thinking. Now, aren't Moclans all males and only like males and only mate with males? Yes, and here's the thing. Here's how you do social commentary in a way that's still entertaining and doesn't feel preachy. You know, you could give us these two sides of the debate, and I love I love how Seth MacFarlane can do that and is smart enough to do that. This is why I have such mad respect for him. We kind of get we get across the message that there is this prejudice against Moclans who, well, we already know this, that they change. If you're born a female, they will change your gender, and apparently it's only supposed to happen once in a blue moon. It seems like they're setting it up to where it's happening more and more often, and it's like a much bigger social issue. And Mortis even has a line where he says, yes, but our old ways are what kind of helped us survive on the harsh climate of our planet. This is why we stick to tradition, because it's tradition. These are our old ways. And that's why, you know, they have this all-male society. That's why they changed the genders of the females born to males. It's supposed to only happen once in a blue moon, but, you know, they found a prolific author in the episode about a girl from the first season who was a woman living in Moklis who never had the sex change. Mortis's own mate, Clyden, was born a woman, had the sex change. Their son Topa was born a girl, had the sex change. That was such a good episode too. I love it when they do these social commentary episodes because they do it so well, you know. So you basically have to. What I'm talking about here is they kind of give you the opportunity to have the debate in your head of, are we being prejudiced against the society who functions this way normally? This is what's normal to them. Are we being prejudiced by saying, hey, you guys should just let this guy be, I guess the equivalent of gay, even though he likes a woman? It's such a great way to flip the homosexuality versus heterosexuality, you know, sort of debate on its end, by saying, yeah, we would have no problem if you liked a man or a woman or whatever in the universe of the Orville, because we're enlightened. There's so many species and beings out there. Like, hey, whatever floats your boat, dude. What makes you happy, as long as it's not illegal, go for it, right? That's kind of the mentality I always grew up with. Like I said, I'm a huge Star Trek fan, and surprise, pretty liberal. So I know, it's a shock. This is why I don't like talking politics on the channel, because there's no reason for it in entertainment unless you can do it smart and intelligent and like this, because it really helps to kind of address the point to somebody who might actually be homophobic or might actually be a little bit prejudiced and might not even realize it. And I love how Seth MacFarlane does that so much, because you basically are are there rooting for what they would consider a taboo relationship. Like let's say, it was 50 or 100 years ago, where if you had two men together or two women, and it would be super taboo. And I love how they flip it and make it relevant to their universe and not feel preachy to me. And oh God, I love that so much. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. So yeah. The plot of the episode, there's a holodeck sort of scene, or it's an environmental simulator. There's a huge B plot. So let me go back a little bit. Kelly and her new boyfriend, the school teacher guy, I can't remember his name, Cassius. He's kind of trying to make demands on her and say, hey, I want to go on vacation. She's like, I need to work, dude. I don't have time. And then she's like, I think we need to break up. I've been on the other side of this argument when I was married to Ed. I don't want to be married again. I'm kind of done with that part of my life. But and yeah, she breaks up with him, and she's in this kind of, it's the universal backlot, that little city streetscape. But they make it all look like it's 1940s, and you have people walking around in like 40s attire, I think. And of course he spends like the whole episode, like the subplot, trying to get back with her. It's really, it's sweet, but it's kind of cute how Ed and Kelly also use that to sort of further their friendship. And of course everyone on the ship's like, why don't you guys just go out together? You guys are perfect together. I think that might be a thing that they'll build up to. Maybe, I don't know though, because you can be in a caring sort of relationship with somebody and not be a couple too. Like there's many layers. I love that. So of course, Jessica Sozar's character, Tala. I'm still trying to remember her name. We're still new with her. She takes this Mocklin, I can't remember his name, Mortis Ex, into this environmental simulator, into Kelly's program, her 1940s program, and of course the security girl gets called away for whatever reason, and the Mocklin gets murdered. So here's our detective story. Well, they spend a whole lot of time trying to figure out who did it. Clyden is like the main suspect. It's kind of, it really shows, it stresses, how competent everybody is on the ship, and they figure it out. They figure out, oh, okay, somebody wanted to be found out. They wanted Clyden. So Clyden's set up, of course. We find out that, of course, this guy isn't this Mocklin. I can't remember his name. He's not actually murdered, but he doesn't want to keep dealing with the discrimination. He doesn't want to keep living in the lie. He doesn't want to deal with all that. So he tried to fake his own death to get away from it. And of course, we're union. We're better than that. So we can't let an innocent man go to jail for murder when he didn't do anything. So of course, Tala convinces, I can't remember his name now. She convinces him to like kind of turn himself in, and yeah, it's really an interesting episode. And we do figure out that, yeah, he's going to go back to Moklis and pretty much be executed for being gay, sort of, only, for having sexual attraction to females, which it isn't really homosexuality, because it's more, but I kind of use that as our current analog to it, because it's so taboo on his planet. And it's such a sad episode too, because he's like, yeah, I'm tired of running. I just wanna go get this over with. And it's so sad, because they could have had something, because they had some good chemistry even. The security chief girl and this new Mocklin, they had some cute it would have been sweet. I wouldn't mind seeing that, and having the weird complication of having Mortis Ex on the ship. There's even a part where he could ask Captain Mercer for asylum, and he's like, no, I don't want to do that. And it really reminded me of some of the more tear-jerky episodes of TNG, like the episode where Loxana Troy, Majel Barrett, her character falls in love with David Ogden Steyer's character. I can't remember the name, but basically he comes from a society where they have to commit suicide at a certain age. And rather than going against their traditions and being so disrespectful, he does do just that. And of course, locks on Troy. He keeps trying to get him to get immunity. It's so similar to that. It's kind of like a love letter to that episode. I can't remember the name of the episode right now. Love letter to all the sort of, hey, something went down on the holodeck and we gotta solve this mystery. I love all the love letters to Star Trek this had. What did you guys think of this episode? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very sweet. And it was sad. It was kind of a bittersweet episode. I would definitely give this one about a 7 out of 10. And I only give it only a 7 because it's probably our 4th episode about love and romance in a row. I do get that a lot of those are kind of helping to get the fan base in. But had this episode been like another day and we saw the Claire Isaac sort of romance on Valentine's Day, it might have been a little better. This episode did air on Valentine's Day. So I can understand some of the romance elements, but man, the better Valentine episode probably would have been Claire and Isaac, and this one could have aired maybe next week. What do you guys think? Did you like this episode? Did you not like this episode? I thought it was so well done, and I can't wait for the next week. I really get sad when we don't have the Orville to watch. So I'm very happy that this is kind of filling my Trek void, and I highly recommend the Orville. Please watch it. And I do live stream after every episode, after it airs Mountain Time here. So that's 9 o'clock Mountain Time. I do a live kind of reaction, and we recap it and we say what we love about it and what we hate about it. And we just have a nice love-in for Orville. And then later on we watch STD. So but thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on my birthday stream, the 16th, or the next video, or the other live stream. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!